The terrifying night in the forest. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a young man named Peter. He was quiet, introverted, and often lost in his own thoughts. While the villagers didn't know much about him, they were aware of his love for exploring the dense forest that bordered their village. This forest, however, was feared by everyone. Strange tales of eerie sounds, ghostly apparitions, and people vanishing without a trace were whispered among the villagers. One cold winter night, Peter decided to venture deeper into the forest and spend the night there. The villagers tried to warn him, but he dismissed their stories as superstitions. Carrying a flashlight, a small knife, and a sleeping bag, he set off into the woods. At first, the forest seemed peaceful. The moonlight filtered through the tall trees, and the rustling of leaves in the wind felt almost calming. However, as Peter ventured further, the atmosphere began to change. He started hearing strange noises, footsteps crunching on dry leaves, whispers floating through the air, and a chilling breeze brushing against his skin. Though uneasy, Peter convinced himself it was all in his imagination. He set up his tent under a large tree and tried to fall asleep. But just as he was beginning to relax, he noticed shadowy figures moving between the trees. His heart raced, but he decided to ignore them, thinking they were just tricks of the moonlight. Suddenly, he heard heavy footsteps outside his tent. Gripping his flashlight, he unzipped the tent and peered outside. The forest seemed empty, but then he heard a cold, sinister laugh behind him. He turned around quickly, and to his horror, he saw a tall, ghostly figure with glowing red eyes and a chilling smile staring right at him. Frozen with fear, Peter screamed and bolted through the forest. He ran as fast as he could, stumbling over roots and rocks, but he didn't dare look back. The laughter echoed in his ears, as if the figure was right behind him. Eventually, Peter emerged from the forest and reached the village. Breathless and drenched in sweat, he recounted his experience to the villagers. While some dismissed his story as nonsense, others believed him, their faces pale with fear. From that night on, Peter never entered the forest again. The once brave explorer now shivered at the mere thought of it. And as for the villagers, no one dared step foot in the forest after dark. On windy nights, they claimed to hear the same eerie laughter drifting from the woods, a chilling reminder of the terror that lurked within.